are told that, listen, they do their bit. They arrest these people, and within the next few minutes, they have been granted bail. They are back to the same practice that got them arrested in the first place. There are occasions where people are even deported, and they come back into the same country 2 months on and continue the same exercise. Why can't we simply prosecute them and sentence them to prison?
Yeah, well, I think the challenge is across the whole justice delivery system, from the people who do the arrest, from the investigators and the prosecutors, and just, everybody, the people who have to really do the work that they are doing, really not doing their job. Because for me, we cannot force the judges to do anything, but they themselves should also look at the magnitude of the challenge that confronts us, and the fact that this is an existential threat. As we said, the Ghana Water is telling us that in the western region, if we continue what we're doing, coupled with the fact that there's no rain falling now, it might get to a point where they might have to shut down some of these water treatment plants. So we'll be back to the pre-2017 days again. And so everybody within the chain needs to be doing what is right. But you see, some of the empirical evidence you see and some of the things that happen. I remember when we had to petition the Attorney General and the Chief Justice about a particular judge in Takwa who then prosecuted, and when there were some Chinese who were found guilty in his court, he applied, even in the past, he applied the minimum Ghanaian sanction to these people. So such a judge, what can we say about such a judge? Well, if you look at it on the face of even before the amendment of the Minerals and Mining Act, the minimum sanction for the Chinese was not the 2,400 Chinese fine that, was applied to them. So for me, I think even you, the media as well, you need to focus attention on some of these cases that are in court, so that we can find out what are the reasons why the prosecutions are not happening. And also I've been telling the interministerial committee, the Operation Vanguard, they also need to be engaging the media a lot more, so that they can tell us what is happening so far as their work is concerned. Because if we don't know the challenges and the difficulties that are involved, as a people, as Ghanaians, we will not be able to support it.
But Uncle, looking at what is happening right now, will I be right in saying that our commitment to fighting this menace is not really there? We just talk, but our commitment is very low.
Well, I think that we could be doing far better than we are doing. And when I say we have to look at leadership very broadly, including our chiefs, including the executive, including the judiciary, everybody within that particular thing. And for me, the most important thing is where is the commitment of the local leadership, the district chief executive and his team? Because the district chief executive is the chairman of the district security committee. He is also the chairman of the district mining committee. So what are they doing even at their level? How could it happen that forest, we could have these people in the various forests, mining the forest for like 3 weeks, and they devastate 7 hectares of land before the minister has to leave Accra and come there? Where is the district chief executive in there? Where are the drones that are supposed to be flying over this place, that are supposed to give intelligence to operators like the Operation Vanguard? And then,
well, we're told that the drones are there, but they're only a few. But if the president himself,
200 drones cannot be a few.
What?
We're told about 200 drones. So what have these drones done? David, have you seen any report on these drones?
Well, Colonel, Norton that I spoke to last night tells me that, well, the drone has helped in a way, because without the drones, they wouldn't have been able to get to identify and know where the practice is ongoing. But let me ask this question.
I beg to disagree. Okay. I beg to disagree. For 3 weeks, how could we have people mining in the mining field if you have drones that are flying? And in 3 weeks before we see it, then that's not a good system.
Okay, but again, if the president himself was bold enough to come out and say that he's going to put his presidency on the line, these DCs also should put their offices on the line, shouldn't they?
I completely agree with you. For me, that's why I will call on the president. I humbly call on him that he has already put his presidency on the line, and definitely so he should be calling to account any DC that has Galamsey happening in his district. It's either incompetent or is part of the problem. In both ways, it cannot represent the president. And the president should dismiss all of these people who are not actually doing his work well. Because you see, we cannot be expecting the ministers to be coming from Accra, the president to be coming to do their job. They will do the president's job for them. That is why we've delegated power. That is why these DCs should be, if they have a problem, they should be telling us so that we know what their problems are. But if they are silent and Galamsey is happening within their district, then they are either incompetent or they are complicit. What about ways they cannot be good representatives of the president?
What about the chiefs like Otufo, who's of course our king, or Chihini and all? Chiefs are also supporting and helping these people perpetrate this crime. Shouldn't these kings also wade into this campaign and say, listen, if this is happening in your area as a chief, I'm boosting you or something?
I think, David, you've hit the point, you're right. If you take our traditional authorities, they also have delegated their powers. So I remember when we came to the Ashanti region and we held a town hall meeting, there was a particular chief who called on the fact that any chief, and not only just the chief, a landowner who defies Galamsey happening on your land should also be held accountable. So we should start holding chiefs, because we know for a fact that in some of these places, when they are about to start the Galamsey, even some of these chiefs who...
I'm losing you. Yes, now you're back. We lost you briefly, sir.
I say there are some communities that we hear that even before they start the Galamsey, some of these chiefs will pour libation and all of that. And we also know of villages and towns where when the chief says there will be no Galamsey is happening. So we have both positive examples and negative examples of where local authorities, the chiefs, have been able to support this particular fight. We know the chieftaincy minister has called on chiefs, brought them together, have engaged them. So we need our chiefs to be up and doing. And definitely we need the kings and those at the top of the paramountcy to also descend to their sub-chiefs who are down in the community where Galamsey is happening and say that you are not worthy of wearing the title as a chief. We will take the slippers of your foot if you cannot also support the particular fight. So yes, we need, and then also for you, the media as well, you also need to be playing your part. It's good that you've learned from multimedia, all of you have started it. Let's make it a sustainable effort to say that this Stop Galamsey fight should come back again. It's an existential threat, and we need to ask all the political parties. We want definite action about what they are going to do to fix this problem. We just don't want talk. We need a lot more action.
Ken, please tell me this. Now, from all that is ongoing right now, we are concerned, we are worried. You've thrown the challenge to the media, and trust me, we're going to really rise up to this challenge. But we often hear that there are big people behind the Galamsey. Who are these big people? Because if we need to name and shame, we need to know them. Who are these people?
Well, you see, so for me, David, that's why it's important that as media, you also need to do your investigating.
Uncle Ken, if you know of any big man, would you mention his name on radio this morning?
Definitely, if I have empirical evidence.
Do you have any names on your mind right now?
You see, there's some of your colleagues in your laboratory who I'm currently working with now, to be able to unearth a few names that we have. We just need, and so I would urge the leadership of multimedia to, you know who I'm talking about, to support it. There's the current question about excavators that have been brought in, that have been diverted. Let's follow the trail of these excavators. Who are the leaders who are allowing excavators to be diverted and all? Things like that are the things we need to. Let's follow the money. Who are the people who are importing excavators into this country? We are going to track excavators. What has happened to all of them? We're even going to geo-block them. So if they were tracking and geo-blocking them, these excavators that were moved from a Pampamount to forest and then diverted into other places where the owners could not find them. Let's go behind them. That's a particular challenge I'm trying to Laverton. Let's follow these excavators. Provide resources for your journalist who is following this case. Let's get behind the leaders who are behind it. Expose them. Name and shame them and provide the evidence.
Okay, but again, we are told that these excavators are causing harm, but they have dredging machines that are causing more harm.
Yes. And I know the government has said that for the chamfans and these dredging machines, they do not have any use, so they have to be destroyed. Now they are not only they are not importing them anymore; they are manufacturing them within the community, and that's why we also need the support of the community members to report incidents where these things are happening. You know, and I know that now they destroy these champagnes on site. So we need to support the leadership to ensure that we expose some of these things. But the typical example is that, yes, the champagne go onto the water, but excavators go onto, and the excavators cannot be manufactured in this country. They have to be imported and they have to be driven across. So when the excavators are moving, the police barriers, what are we doing about what information, what intelligence are we collecting? But if there are big men behind these excavators, what can the police officer do on the road? You see, David, if you are me, like you and myself, we are sitting there and there's a champagne, an excavator coming. It doesn't matter for me. It doesn't matter whose ass is God, because the laws in this country die. We have seen some police. But when you report, the same big man will pull strings and get his excavator anyway. So the police people should report to the media. You, the media, I know you are not afraid to be able to mention it. So that, and that's why for me, I also say that you, the media, should also follow it. Let's find out. Let's go through the port. Who are the people who are importing these excavators? And where are all the excavators? Let's account for every excavator. Okay. There are more excavators in this country than we need. So but where are those excavators? We happen to be in an election year, Uncle Ken. Do you think that we will be able to do anything better because we're in an election year? That is the only reason why the Constitution mandates the election, the media, and gives you the power to hold leadership to account. This is the time where we should shine our light on everybody, so that we don't allow the Galamsey to become one of the political ping-pongs that we play. Let's ensure that we don't encourage any politician to say, when I come, I've heard some politicians say, when I come, I'm going to allow you to do Galamsey. Let's not allow any politicians who are in power to also let's allow people just because it's political season to allow people to go back into it. Let's focus on it because we know that this is not in the interest of Ghana. This is something that we need to nip in the bud. We're grateful. Thank you very much as always for your time, sir. And he's the CEO of the Telecoms Chamber, and he's one man, including Erasmus Donko, who has been championing and fighting and battling the manners of Galamsey. Erasmus, once again, good morning to you. Good morning, David. You're looking handsome. Thank you. Tell me this. We're talking about resurgence of Galamsey, but they didn't really go anywhere. No. It didn't go anywhere.
We reached a point, we were getting somewhere. We were getting somewhere. In fact, for once, when Vanguard and Interministerial worked together at a point in time, the beginning of the struggle, we had some of the rivers, cleared up for a moment.
Cleared up or clearing up?
No, cleared up. Cleared up. Ankobra, for example, it cleared up. You could see the before and after pictures, and it was fantastic.
It was cleared up. Okay.
It was fantastic. But then, at a point in time, we lost track. You see, vested interests, parochial interests,
interest of who? Greed from who?
Greed from people in government. Greed from MPP politicians and NDC politicians as well. Greed, total big time greed.
And for you who's listening to us, please go onto our Facebook page right now. We have pictures and videos of the damage and the destruction that is ongoing in our forest reserves, and of course in our water bodies. What are you showing us?
What we are showing right now on our Facebook page, this is the devastation caused to Diaso, Western region.
Okay.
This Western region alone. And if you look at it on the ground, it's a wasteland. And thousands, we're not talking about an area you can walk around. Thousands of hectares. We spent 4 hours devastation. Younger people.
1 billion.
Yeah. Some of them, they have monthly payments they make.
No wonder we are told that some military officers were protecting and guarding people as they were.
All these we were told on camera, and we have, the accounts. But you see, what is not clear is that the overall commander who will be sitting at Obuasi and be distributing whatever may not know what is going on. They have unit commanders that they send to the bush there. So if that person goes and cuts his deal, and so if you are paying monthly stipends to me, so I'm not coming to your site for a very long time. And that is what happened at Kobro. Under Kobro, the Kobro forest, Kobro forest, which was a very virgin forest with trees for hundreds of years. And Heritage Mining went in there with the
license or certificate.
The license was what? Prospecting. I went in there, and you know what we do with prospecting? You're supposed to drill holes. That will not even cover a large area. Just a small portion. You drill, and then you take samples, and then you watch to see whether it's feasible or not. But this guy went in with excavators and started mining with a prospecting license.
The question I was asking Kenashigbe was this: when the excavators are being,
I'm getting to that.
Do you see them?
I'm getting to that.
Keep quiet.
So this is a perfect example. Operation Vanguard went in there per our sources, and where we gathered on the ground, they went in there. They seized equipment. They were on their way back to the office with the equipment when a call came in from Accra that they should return the
From who? Who in Accra?
They will never know. And so they should return the equipment. They returned the equipment to them, and I understand, I don't have evidence that, but they apologized to the people and all that, and then the men started working again. It took the inter-ministerial task force under then the watch of one Mr. Ajikum, who I was operating with. We went in there, and the amount of money that the owner brought to the site will make you dizzy.
To bribe?
Yes, yes, I'm telling you, 50 CD notes, bundle. The man did not take the money. We still moved the equipment to Accra. And that's how come we're able to stop that. But what happened afterwards is nauseating. Because he was sacked the moment he went to Accra.
For doing his job,
they asked him to step aside.
For doing the right thing.
They asked him to step aside, so he stood aside. A new person was brought in.
Again, by who?
A new person was brought in, and members of the inter-ministerial task force went back to the site and started mining under the guise of reclamation. And that was when Sir John brought in military men and said, if you are mining, then we are all going to mine, but if you are not mining, then I won't allow you to mine. And some of the inter-ministerial task force people were arrested. David, what I'm saying is that when you get to the ground, all this talk about Mr. Kenashigbe is talking about fine things in the books, fine things, plans, blah drone, but it doesn't work that way. There are very powerful people who are part of government, people who are part of the MPP party, who are on the ground working.
How come we haven't had a name or names of some of them?
I brought names.
And why don't we give
Remember, I brought a name. I brought one of the names. One of my reports, I brought a name because it was mentioned on the ground that this site belongs to so and so. The man came out and denied.
And no investigations were conducted.
And who will conduct that investigation?
If the president says he's putting his presidency on the line, if he's really interested in fighting this, and names are being banded around, what do we do?
You see, from our sources, and the way I followed this thing down to the hilt, you see, the president is not being fed with the right information on the ground.
You are speaking right now, aren't you?
Yes.
Now, maybe you might have had some information. You see, if you're speaking like this, and we have information that is online.
I don't think the president listens to radio himself.
So nobody gets brief. Yes, I know. Nobody. If people who are supposed to give you the right information will not give it to you, nobody will give him the right information. Then we are good.
You see, who is going to tell the president that one of your boys or your own boys you sent to the ground, they are milking you dry? They are in there.
You'll be compromised.
Nobody's going to do that. You see, you need somebody who is committed and full of integrity to be able to advance all this information to the president, and then an action will be taken. But I'm aware that an investigation has been asked by the president into the actions of the Inter-Ministerial Committee.
Thank you.
I know that those people have contacted me for information. I have given what I have, and they are doing the investigation. As to whether anything will come out of it, I don't know. But let me mention to you that right now, as we speak, it's a free-for-all. Mining is going on, illegal mining, Chinese people all over. When you go to Jakobu, lots of Chinese and Ghanaian collaborators in there. When you go to Abebeira, Enyamya, Montomiroso, Asante Bakwai, Obase itself, Mankranso, Deporting where we had Ashawan working, now the Ghanaians and the Chinese have taken over. Free for all mining.
So the people themselves are poor. Now with this ongoing, it's making the situation worse. Why are they not speaking out?
Because you see, when you go to the bush, you drive more than 60 kilometers into the forest, and there's a village there. They have nothing. they either depend on farming, the foodstuffs that come from, and then bushmeat and other things. That's what they depend on. They don't buy anything. Now, if that resource has been depleted and they have nothing, they have only to resort to the mining itself as a means of livelihood. And so when the people come in and they give them peanuts, and even when they, after mining, they get to do what we call poli. They go in there, use their pickaxes and other things, and at the end of the day, they get something from it. So why would they complain? But some chiefs are complaining because in some areas, all the water bodies have been destroyed. And so if you dig a hole here and there's water in it, it's not safe for drinking. And they are importing sachet water. And so some of them are complaining. We have some of them coming from Kobro to our newsroom just about last week to complain that they want us to come in there. Again, it brings to point, where can Ashigbo wants us to go in there as a media and do our job? How do we do our job? David, we seized over 16 brand new pump action guns from the Chinese we met at Kobro. What has happened to those rifles? All of the people you find in the bush there are armed to the teeth. You don't expect your rascals to go in there with a camera and start filming something that they don't want you to film.
Where are the Operation Vanguard people?
They are there.
But they also where I'm done.
When Operation Vanguard started under Canada, Japan, myself and Saeed and the newsroom, we pushed this idea to them that why don't you embed a journalist? If really you want to do the job and you want the Ghanaians to know you're doing the job and you have the right intentions, why don't you embed a journalist in there so that we go with you? Was doing with interministerial, we film everything that you're doing and then come and tell the public that this is what you're doing. They denied us access consistently for a long time. So what they were doing was that they will go and they will take pictures of what they want you to publish, and then they will send those pictures to us in the newsroom. But again, I have a problem publishing that because as a journalist, I don't know when you took that picture, how you took it, what happened. I need questions, and they give you peanuts of information. And that's how come we're not able to monitor them.
Well, also, so, and I'm told that these guys are now very sophisticated. They have some VHS radio, and so therefore they even give information to people who are mining that the security men are coming and blah blah blah.
It's always been like that.
Oh boy.
Myself and Nanayao, you remember we went to Bepotenting. That is where we caught Aishawan in the act, full glare, because it would be difficult to catch the Chinese people mining. So wherever we go there, by the time we reach the field, they are all gone into the bush. Do you know what happened? Policemen and women along the routes, and I'm going to say it, if commander thinks that is not true, do your own investigation. And by the time you pass every duty post, message will be sent around. Yes, they are coming. And by the time you get to the bush there, another crowd now. And so we had to abandon our official vehicle at Obuasi, pick a rickety taxi, go through the long route, because there was a short route through Jakobu, but it had all these posts there where people could report. So we had to go through Dungwa on a thing, and then cross the thing from that end, take the motorbike and ride straight to them, and we met them. And we were able to film, if you remember that story we did whilst Newsfire was going on, and that got Ashawan arrested at that time. So it's a quagmire of people's vested interest. People who think they are working but they are not working on the ground.
83596. Listeners, join us now. I don't know whether you've seen sites where Galamsey, operation has gone on. The destruction to water bodies, the destruction to our forest reserves, and Charlie, ask yourself, why are we doing this to our own selves? What does the future hold for our children? I'd love to hear from you. 03220-83596. Christoph is calling us this morning. He's with the Adult Education Patas Blockhouse. Christoph, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. I trust all is well.
Well, I'm well, but I'm sad looking at what is happening.
Very sad. What we are having the information we are taking. It means that this Galamsey thing is still ongoing, and probably because of the 2020 election. And so the government will not be too hard on people with the fear that they must vote for him. but it's the first gentleman of the land saying that he can put it on the line just to fight Galamsey, and he still sees this and he's not doing anything. That means that it is just a mere gimmick, just a mere political talk. Yes, I have a friend around Dukwan of friend, there's a place they call Dominance, but he tells me that he buys the Galamsey and you have to pay money to this task force so that they may not come in their area and arrest them. And so sometimes when they are coming, they will call them. They are so these soldiers will pay money to them to tell them to relocate because they are coming there.
I hear you.
Let's all put our hands together and fight it so that we can have a.
Thank you very much, Christopher. One question we're asking this morning is, from your own opinion, from your own thoughts, what do you think we need to do to in this battle and fight against Galamsey? You can send us your voice notes to 0554 031192. What do you think we can do? What do we need to do? Kofi, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. How are you?
Kofi, I'm well.
What we need to do is to vote out Akuetteh. Listen, before politics came to our shores, we appointed my people, and they are doing the work. I also want, you are the media, so you should partner me personal as a president to work. Look, they can feed him the information that even his appointees is even failing him. So, look, if the president wants to fight Galamsey, the secretaries to the inter-ministerial task force have been fired a long time when that video came with the announce. It was fired so that Ghanaian would be that he means business. But the person is still there, although he's not the secretary to the intermediate, but he's still working in the presidency. So how can somebody have confidence and then even come out to say something? The other ministry they also take their kick back because it is the same thing.
I hear you.
I mean, the problem is from that place.
John, thank you very much for the contribution. Monsieur, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Lee.
Do you have any ideas what we can do to win this fight?
Exactly, Mr. Lee.
What is
it? Start firing these keys. And the kings start to destroy the chief. I don't think this thing will stop. It will never stop until they do this. So what happened to Salvation? He still works in the presidency. What happens to him? So I don't think the parent talk. Look, the parent talk was just a political talk.
Well, that's what you think. Well, thank you very much, Monsieur. And Charles Bishop is no more in the country. He's left.
No, he's left.
He's left. Frank, good morning. Hello, Frank.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Any ideas? That's what we can do to win this fight.
Yes. You see, there's no land that doesn't have an owner. And these lands are owned by our chiefs. And I don't think anybody can go anywhere and just start working when the owner is not aware. So if we want to really stop this thing, it starts with our chiefs. They should make sure they stop these people from using the land. If it's a family land and they give it to those people and the chief wants to stop it, they stop it. And then, like somebody just suggested, the presidency should engage the media aside the security so that together we all work and put this thing to an end. They shouldn't say because we are in an election year we are going to do this, because it's the same politicians and the leadership that are leading this thing. And if they don't take care, this thing will even send them to opposition, and everybody that counts will go on opposition because this thing will be there, and all of us will die because we won't have water to drink and we'll have diseases and challenges.
And we're told that if we're not careful, we need to import water.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm saying that we are told that if careful, we will start importing water.
Oh yes, and even now that we have water, we can buy. How much is such a water? And now we are going to import. I don't get it.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Good morning. How are you doing, sir?
Good morning, David.
Yes, Stephen.
I'm doing well. My name is Steve Amua. Some people call me Seka. I thank you for your program, and Erastus. Some that argue with him, yes, that he's doing a great job. You guys love FM. God bless you. One thing that I can say is that we all, as a country, must be honest with ourselves. That when it comes to issues of corruption and social behaviors that are inimical or dysfunctional to the performance of this country, David, it's all and sundry. I mean, is it MPP or NDC? Is it police? Is it the media? Once we appreciate these facts issues such as Galamsey can be fought well. At least, Love FM, you are doing well. We can also say the president also has done well to even show that bravery, even though getting the success being difficult because of all of us. Some of the chiefs, even the community dwellers, even some of the media are not doing what you guys are doing. Some MPP supporters are part, NDC supporters are part. But the fact of the matter is that don't let us give up until some of these scuzzy and aberrant behaviors are totally eradicated from our society. I'm telling you, David, Ghana will not go anywhere. I think the places you should also appreciate. The river near Konongo is better than it used to be. But that one in Enyimem is so it means some places there are some achievement. Look at the Vanguard. Investors were saying they were taking bribes. It's true, I've heard plenty times. So even people that have been tasked to help fight this battle, they go back and they throw away the desire of the president, the goal of the president, and they begin to trade even the same thing because.
Let me come in, Asika. I know that you are the boss at Maslock and you are quite close to the president. Okay. Can you tell the president that if he really wants to win this fight, he should get in touch with multimedia? We have every evidence because we have tried a couple of times. People are thwarting our efforts.
Okay.
So tell the president.
I don't know. I wouldn't say I'll promise, but by next week I will go there, talk to him myself, and find out, or talk to the chief of staff, and and you come and meet her because either is the same. And trust me, I'll do that.
I hear you. Thank you very much, Stephen Amor, for the contribution on the show. Bless you too. Ishak, good morning.
Good morning, Dave. Dave, the president took off his position out of the line the very day he said he has put it on the line. Why am I saying this? Erasmus has said a lot. I am telling you that all these guys they are calling big men in the Galamsey, they are politicians. Why am I saying that? Erasmus made a reference to the John coming to Jacobu in the name of land reclamation. The first thing the MPP did was a nomenclature by changing the name Galamsey into community mining. But nothing has changed about the Galamsey that is making. He has mentioned all the spots where Galamsey was going on and where it is currently going on. People talk about the use of drones. They were mere talk, my brother. Go to the district. People were paid to go and train in the drones. Go to the district and find out where those guys who were trained for the district are now. They are idle. They are not doing anything. I am saying that the government is not committed in fighting Galamsey. The big men, the politicians. Let me tell you something. Maybe you may not allow that on air. But I want to tell you that people who have been given the opportunity to protect our environment, they are rather engaged in it. The big man who is supposed to be in charge of environment is engaged in Galamsey. I am telling you, if you call me offline, I'm going to give you things that you'll be shocked, my brother.
Thank you very much, Ishak. I'm going to call you. Ishak, I will pick your number. We'll call you. We'll get some details and we'll do some investigation into it. Thank you very much, sir. Let me now speak to political thinker who has been on the line for a while. So, good morning to you, political thinker. How are you doing? Political thinker.
Yeah, brother.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, before I will proceed, I want to greet Mr. Corruption. He lives in Ghana. And the second greetings also goes to Mr. Injustice. He also lives in Ghana. And the third greeting also goes to nepotism. But these people, I pray that God will take them out from this country. You know, sometimes it looks like a joke. You know, the leadership system, look at how Mr. Erasmus is narrating the whole show there. You know, I'm weeping, but I have to talk about it. I think the leadership of NDC and NPP need to collapse and this, unless Ghana is heading towards the doom. You know, thank you very much, bro.
Thank you very much. That was political thinker. But let's make one more call and we'll end with a lady. Pokia, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, any ideas as to how we can win this fight?
We seem to be neglecting the truth. Well, I'm saying with that first generation, all our men used to do, so almost have for yet perforated containers. If you are trying, they go do something. This serious degrading of our land came in the introduction of the Chinese. If us to speak Chinese comes out of his country and know where exactly there's gold in Ghana. Our people bring them in, lead them to where they can get the gold to mine. And they are the beneficiaries. And they are the very people who have entrusted our trust in them to protect the land. Injustice. And so we the citizens decide, say, no politician works more than we expect. They'll keep fooling us. NPP is never committed to fighting Galamsey, neither the president and other. But his people now are pointing on the people who are mining now. MP goes out there, bring in excavators, and allow people to provide. Probably from now we understand the evidential, the person or whatever committed that unpardonable crime. Yet, government allow military men to go and protect foreigners to mine. And you expect them to sit down, keep quiet, and go hungry. It's quite unfair. Say your interest, express for your hope, politicians, and keep fooling us the way they are.
Thank you.
It's worth being trusted.
Thank you very much, Pokia. We appreciate on the show, and we will not be able to pick any more calls. This one just came through, says the fight must start first with how we grant visas to the Chinese. Now, when you give a visa a present Chinese farmer coming to Ghana, what do we expect him to come and do here if no Galamsey? And some messages we don't get to read them today. At least we've read them. So we've read them. Let's read you one for one of time. Let's just prove one version is true. And this is what the person has to say.
Hello, good morning. The issue of say is story just because we Ghanaians are paying lip service to it. We are hypocrites, liars, cheats, and everything. And not until that behavior is stopped, Galamsey will continue. It will continue. If Aisha One was arrested, happened to her, was there no government official who said that Aisha One could not be prosecuted? These are real facts. If Aisha One were to be prosecuted in jail, somebody to be full to be